How's it going, guys? Welcome to episode 1 of Two Grumpy Wolves with me, Dan, and Sutty. We are absolutely buzzing to get this show started and up and running. We got a good show for you today. We're going to talk about Wolves season as a whole, talk about Wolves business in January, talk about Fosun. That's going to be a fun subject. The meeting, of course. We are then going to play a game that we'll call Challenge Sutty, where I'll ask Sutty a bunch of questions and see how many he can get right. Then we're going to go through the Wolves and Chelsea preview, and that will make us a lovely, about an hour or so. So get yourself a tea, get nice and comfy, guys. This is the Two Grumpy Wolves podcast with Dan and Sutty. Sutty, how are you, mate?
I'm good, Dan. How are you? Good evening, everybody.
I'm just happy that we've actually managed to get this up and running, mate. Because it's been just a process, and finally we can unveil it all today. I'm really, really buzzing about it. So yeah, the Two Grumpy Wolves. I wonder what that's about. Well, clues in the title, really. There's two of us. We're grumpy old sods. Some of us older than others. No offense to it. And we get together. We get together every Thursday night, and we talk about Wolves. And we leave no filters. This is an 18 plus podcast, and it's the first uncensored adult show on the YouTubes in terms of Wolves content. So yeah, really buzzing about it. Sutty, what about you, mate? How are you feeling about it?
Yeah, shackles off, sort of. Yeah. There'll be rants, truths. Say what you want. Yeah. We won't offend. You won't offend us. Hopefully, we won't offend you because it's opinions at the end of the day. That's about it, really.
Yeah. So, people in the chat at the moment, we've got a Joe, we've got Neil, we've got 123, of course. We've got Carl. We've got loads and loads of people joining us. Matt, Aaron. Don't know if I said Paul already, but Paul, Joe. Lovely people here. Get yourselves in. Someone says, what? No censors? ? Yep, absolutely. Anything goes. Say whatever you want. We're going to have some guests on here as well after a few episodes or so. But it's going to be every single Thursday. And yeah, that's where you're gonna find us every Thursday. So please make sure, before we get started, guys, please make sure that you're liking the video, subscribing to this YouTube channel, and yeah, making sure you hit the notification bell so you don't miss future videos, because we just want to keep the algorithm machine going. Basically, we want to be a really, really successful podcast, and to do that, really, we just need you guys to get involved, basically. But yes, all of that crap out of the way. Wolves season as a whole, Sutty. Try and keep it slightly brief, I guess, because we could probably talk about that all night. But what's your sort of opinion on this season?
Should we get off to a flyer?
Go on.
Fucking shit. You can't gutter this one up, mate. It has been dreadful.
Yeah.
From it leads on from last season, this really, mate. We were really poor at the end of last season, and pre-season was just a disaster. And the amount of people that said, pre-season don't matter. It fucking does matter.
Yeah.
The results don't matter, but the performances and the ideas do matter. I don't care if we lost 4 pre-season friendlies, whatever we did. I think we lost 4, drew 2. But it was getting progressively worse. And as soon as we started the season, we were miles off it. We're playing catch-up all the time. And then you've got a chairman then who's saying, well, the first 15 games don't really matter.
Yeah.
Fucking idiot.
Well, thankfully he's not in at Wolves anymore, but the damage is already done, isn't it?
Well, it's done. You got to be honest. The club can't admit that we're down, but we're down.
Mm.
Nobody gets out of this. It's finished. And they're getting good money for shit players that haven't worked. And hopefully their thought process now is getting a 6-month head start on the Championship.
Yeah.
Because if they spend this money properly, the amount of money they're raking in, we should absolutely fucking steamroller this league.
Oh God. Well, this is the hope, isn't it? But we're sticking to this season. What game really surprised you at the start of the season? What did you? For me, it's the losses to the teams that came up. But I think there was just a few performances in general that you were just thinking, like, I'm a bit worried about this season, and I don't really see who's scoring goals. I don't see where the creativity is going to come from. Is Vitor really, like, how have they given him so much time and so much power? But yeah, Sutty, what kind of points really towards the start of the season was it where you had to sort of think, this ain't good, this ain't looking good?
I think it was okay. We let's be honest. I didn't expect us to beat Man City. I thought we might get a draw down at Bournemouth.
Yeah.
And then I think we played. Was it Leeds third game or something like that?
Yeah.
I'm sure it was either Everton or Leeds. I think it was Leeds at home, and we went 1-0 up. And I thought, here we go, we're away.
Yeah.
This is the one because we'll beat all the bottom three. And then we absolutely caved in. As soon as Leeds scored, our arse fell out of our pants, didn't it? And the terraces went quiet. Leeds are always big away following, and we were fucking shit. We were dreadful. I walked away from there and I thought, we got a problem here because we can't obviously dip into a transfer window until January. And I'm pretty sure then I said, I can't see us winning a game in the first 10 games because then it got harder. And I weren't far wrong. Dan.
No. But that's the scary part, isn't it?
I get called a fucking idiot for saying things like that. But let's be honest here, we've won one game in 23, is it? One game of football. That is just abysmal. That's not acceptable.
I think what was weird for me, like when I'm thinking back, is I'm thinking, right, okay, the players need time to bed in. It is what it is. We've lost a load of quality, and they haven't replaced them with anyone who's proven. So I wasn't shocked where we lost to City. But what I was shocked about was the players that were around, like your Agbadoos, players that were around, players that should have stepped up, Strand Larson, they didn't. And we suffered, not just because players that come in didn't hit the ground running, but players that we already had looked terrible. Like, so I was thinking about putting missing fucking person posters out for Agbadoo at the start of the season. I was wondering what the fuck was going on there.
From the Colossus he was last season to the beginning of this season, it was like somebody cut half his brain out, and his right hand side didn't work, and his left hand side was trying to do everything. And shit on his left. It was embarrassing. It was such a shambles from top to bottom. And then we go and award a 3-year contract to a manager that we now know didn't want to stay. It's like, what the fucking hell are we doing? And this is just corporate suicide almost. And that's when you've really got to stand up and ask questions. Don't be worried about asking questions about how many... I don't give a fuck if we got 100 viewers on here tonight. We'll lose 100 as long as we tell the truth.
I couldn't care less.
That matters not. It doesn't matter. Just tell the truth and ask difficult questions. you have to stand up to the plate and hold these people to account, because it has been poor. You've got to give your paying public something to cheer about, because there's not many clubs, Dan, in the situation that we're in. Fill a stadium of 32,000 people, 29,000 of them being Wolves supporters, and will scream their heads off and cheer and chant when they've seen the absolute bag of bollocks that we've seen for a season.
Yeah.
You're not going to get up for it. It's difficult.
No.
You've got to have a spark to get up for. We start the season off with, it's just been a car crash. So you ditch your anthem, which is shit anyway. I.O. Silver Lining. That's not our anthem. That's a load of crap.
Yeah.
You ditch your anthem, which is a poor anthem, and you bring in Fields of Gold. Fields of Gold.
It was great. No. For Jota's thing, it was fucking brilliant.
It was.
But whoever was in the PR team who went, you know how we just basically just did a funeral, essentially. Yeah. That's how it felt. You know, we're all mourning a brilliant player, and then this like, right, what do we do now? Well, you saw how everyone was fucking crying when that happened. Let's just do that every game. And he was like, what the fuck are you doing? Like before,
Bank, we're just all looking around, and it was just like the away support must have been absolutely pissing themselves laughing, because you know, Leeds, you got Marching On Together, you got You Never Walk Alone at Liverpool.
Yeah.
All of these different anthems, you know, where they get up and we've got fucking Fields of Gold, which is the most morbid, depressing song now. And unfortunately, rest in peace, Jota, you know, unbelievable player for us and Liverpool, and we'll always love him. But the week before, it was at a remembrance before the game. Yeah. So it was surrounded by death, really. Yeah. And it killed the start of the season. I'm not just saying that did, but if you'd have had...
You got no momentum, have you? No momentum.
No, and I know people say, look, you know, you're an old bastard, you are, like, you know. But if you'd had the liquidator the week after, and your team ain't fucking playing very well, straight away, that place would have been bouncing.
Yeah.
If I put if I could get into that PA box, put the liquidator on Saturday, because it's Chelsea's tune as well, and I put that on Saturday at 2 minutes to 3, 5 to 3, whatever.
It'll go off.
That place will go off. The roof will come off it. Why on earth haven't we
scored a tap in?
It is just, to me, it is just incredible that we haven't done it. It's nuts.
Well, not
absolutely nuts.
Not everybody wants to hear it though. That's the problem. That's the issue, isn't it?
Yeah, but if you've got 90% of your fan base that want to hear it, you've got to play it. I'm sorry, you've got to play it. And you've got to start playing that. Do you know? I'd start playing that now. And if they're not going to do it now, I would say, right, from next season, that's coming back.
Yes, absolutely. Fucking absolutely. Yes.
Because we need that next season.
So, that was this season. As a whole, absolutely shocking. The worst Premier League side that's ever graced the Premier League at the moment. The worst one. We still haven't beat Derby's record.
No.
No question whether we will or not. There has been a slight, you know, bit of form, as they say. We won our first game against West Ham. You know, we've looked fairly decent against some good sides. You know, we were unlucky in some games. But on the whole, man, all of this shouldn't have happened. None of this should have happened. And the fact that it has, for me, it destroyed the club. The club is absolutely destroyed.
They've put us 10 years back. 5 years ago, Dan, I've said this multiple times. 5 years ago, we were 5 years in front of the Villa. 5 years in front of the Villa. 5 years later, now, I think we're 10 years behind them. Now, that's
literally,
not my fault.
No.
That's not my fault, and that's not your fault. It's nobody's fault watching this.
No.
That can only come down to poor recruitment and the poor planning and running of this football club. That's all it can be. All we can do is pay our season ticket money or match day money and go home and away and cheer the lads on. We can do nothing else. Not a thing.
Yeah.
Only they can do it.
Yeah.
Now, their model of how they buy players and sell players is quite clearly flawed. And it can't continue like that. We all know we've got to sell players, Dan. We all know that, because if you went in the big six, you've got to buy and sell. But you've got to make sure that the ones you're buying, there's a balance of people that have played in the Premier League and have got the experience of the Premier League, because we've just seen one. And I'm not picking on this player just because of who he is, but we plucked a player from South America who made the World 11 at the club championships, has been absolutely dog shit in this team. Now, he's been played out of position, but I'm a firm believer, if you're that fucking good, you'll play anywhere. Across if you're a midfielder, you can play anywhere, because you should be able to use both your fucking feet. You should have a knowledge of the game. And if you play down the middle or a number 10 and I say to you, John, I need you to play on the right-hand side for me today. I need you to play on the right for me today. Straight away, he's on the pitch and he should be thinking, I'll play anywhere for you, Gaffer. But we've been buying the wrong kind of player with no experience. So we got rid of 800 and some odd appearances last transfer window in the summer. In the summer window, sorry, not the last transfer window. And we've replaced them with 6 players with 0 Premier League appearances. Now, you cannot do that. Who on earth sanctioned that? Who sanctioned that? Because surely, if I'm the boss, if I'm the big boss, and you come to me and say I want to sell all my top players, but I'm going to replace them with all these players who we've never really heard of, and I'll say, well, what's his experience then, Dan? How many times has he played in the Premier League? None. So you're giving me 6 players that have never played in the Premier League. Oh, and we're going to spend 100 million quid on them. Yeah, fuck it, go for it. Now that, when you put it like that, is mental.
Yeah.
So if I own Wolves, I'm then getting on to my chairman at Wolves, and I'm saying, you better get your arse over here, because I'm going to kick it all around Shanghai because you fucked my asset up. What are you doing?
I think that's my thing, really. I mean, we'll come over. At the moment, we've moved on to Wolves' business, all right? Because as a whole, as you've said, it's just not been good enough. Scouting hasn't been good enough. But it all really comes down to, and you know what, we'll join these two things together. So Wolves' business and Fosun. That's this part, right? And for me, both of those things go hand in hand. But it all stems from Jeff Shee. Because Jeff Shee, we found out now, and we've known for ages, but we found out now, he was the person that was agreeing and signing off, more importantly, to everything. And he was the one who was going, nah, you don't want, I don't know, Hatley from Middlesbrough. Let's get some Brazilians in, because you know they sell shirts. There's more Brazilians fans around football. You know what I mean? And you could see this has been his ethos for a very long time. By the way, his first thing was, right, I've got George Mendes. He knows a load of Portuguese talent. Well, let's make Portugal FC, right? So he's just gone and just got as many Portugal players as possible. Then he's gone, we've done that now. We've done that for a bit. Who haven't we got? And it's just looking at what fucking countries we can get people from. And we became, not so much now, but when Jeff was here, we became a tourism club. We just want fucking every single fucking country other than England, bring someone over so more people can figure out who the club is, basically. And in my opinion, that's... Sorry, Sutty, go on.
That's because of fucking money.
Yeah.
That's because you can charge them 230. Yeah, I'll give you an example. I know this for a fact. So your Korean fans can pay 240 quid, I think, for a ticket, and the right then to go and get stuff signed by Wang Yi-chan. And Wang Yi-chan will sign 40 bits of stuff for them.
Yeah.
Each.
Yeah.
Right? Because they've spent this money.
Yeah.
If they go in that club shop and buy the tracksuit, buy home, away, third kit, training tops, he'll sign the lot. He'll sign the bloody calendars, everything.
Yeah.
The lot.
And fair play to him.
If I go and see Wang Yi-chan after the game, I know for a fact he'll say, one autograph, no more.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. That's true.
Now, I've been going 48 years, as everybody knows, because, rambled on about it time and time again. But
ramble away.
I've done my bit. These fuckers come over from abroad, spend 242 quid or whatever it is for this match day experience. They get them in the club shop. Of course, they buy everything, don't they? Buy the lot. They don't want the likes of me there because I won't even venture in that club shop.
No.
You would never get me in a Sudo shirt.
No.
Fucking chance. I just want to say, I think the 3 kits we've had this year are the best 3 kits we've had for a long time. Not criticising the style of it and that. But as I've said before, until I see actions, that's fucking boycotted. Until I see actions, I won't buy a fucking drink in there. Until I see actions, I won't buy a fucking Mars bar in there. I'll buy fuck all in there. Simple as that.
Yeah.
I'll pay my money for my ticket, and that's all I'll fucking get. And the only reason I'll pay my money for my ticket is so I can watch them and hold them to account. So if I have to protest, I can do that in the worst possible place for them, and that's inside fucking Molineux. And I've done it.
Oh, yeah. We know that.
I've fucking done it, right? They must have fucking cringed. Now, they've got to change their blueprint on how they run this fucking football club because it has failed. There's no denying that it has failed dismally the last 4 years. The last 4 years is proof enough that anyone should need that this football club has gone down the pan. Year on year demise. Fuck it. We always beat the bottom 3. That was his remit. Fuck it. 17th. His remit was 17th because our wage bill is the 17th highest one in the Premier League.
Yeah.
So if you do it by wages, we should finish 17th. So if we're punching a little bit and we finish 14th, he's over the fucking moon. This fucking idiot was over the moon that we finished 14th, 15th, 16th. He was happy with that because his wage bill was the 17th. Wow. The fucker's gone now, isn't he? He's fallen on his own sword, which was unfortunate because I would have loved a meeting with him because I would have ripped him a new arse.
You'd have never got in a room with him.
And I know for fact that last week, when we went on that meeting last week, I know there were people in there that were worried that I'd just fly off the handle. And I can assure you, I didn't.
No.
I didn't, but I held them all to account like everybody else did in there. Everyone in there held them to account, and everyone in there had their say. I know their football club, because it's our club, because we'll be here when they've fucking gone. We'll be here when they've gone, when their football club is run so poorly that we needed to have our say.
Oh, yeah.
But it cannot fucking continue. So I'm expecting great things next year because I'll tell you now, if this fucking club fails next year, oh my fucking... It is going to be... And by failure,
Mm.
Failure to me next year, Dan,
He's not
will be
being promoted.
Absolutely. Anything other than promotion is failure.
Well, that's his words, not ours. That's his words, not ours. Right, so getting off the Fosun subject a little bit, but I thought we'd just close in with a few little things there. We respected Fosun as fans, and we loved what they gave us. European football, you know, the Nuno days, and all of this. But after COVID, after we found out so many Chinese clubs were you know, getting new managers, and we're the only Chinese-owned football club. I think there's maybe one more. Might have to fact check that, but there's not many, right? And you just thought, after that, why are they stringing us along? Why are we on a hook? What do you want from us? So that's when, nice segue, that's when the protests started to occur. Now, Sutty, I don't mind saying it. I saw you on other channels, right? And you were the only one, and this was ages ago, who was holding these guys accountable, right? And when you started to say, look, we're going to have to start protesting, I then joined the trust. And everything that was coming out of the trust at the time was, oh no, because it's got to be policed properly, it's got to be this, it's got to be that. And I just really worried nothing was ever going to get done. And thankfully, you just took the bull by the horns and went, why don't we just bring flags in, you know, Thailand flags, you know, and try to raise some eyebrows. And lo and behold, you know, people started getting on board with it. And because of the decline of the club, everyone started getting on board, and more people started getting on board. But I am not going to sit here and say that you weren't one of the first people. If anything, the only one I knew really at the time. So I've said this to you in person, but I'll say it to you on the internet, you know, where everyone can watch. I was blown away by the fact that you did that. And now, you know, we started to protest and everything, and it's proven that it was the right thing to do. Because the right thing to do was make them uncomfortable. Make them think, fucking hell, I can't be seeing this all week or all season. This is going to have to stop. And that's the only reason Jeff Shee went on that radio station. The only one is the fact that we started protesting. So my question to you, Sutty, is, you know, you did the whole Thailand flag and everything. Did you expect people to get on board?
It's very controversial, the Taiwan flag. Obviously, it's a political statement to start with.
Yeah.
And I knew for a fact that it would. There are people around the club that said they're not bothered about a Taiwan flag. Take it from me. They're bullshitting you. It's a smoke screen. And they said, don't really affect us, because that's in the hope that you'll put them down.
Yeah.
Now disappear.
Like calling your bluff sort of thing.
Yeah, calling your bluff. That's all it is. That's all it is. Now, I know for a fact the biggest thing that they did not like was visual protest, because it went all around the world. And don't forget, we had, I started the Taiwan flag thing off just as a personal protest, but then urged a lot of people who had the same viewpoint as me, go and spend £5 on a 5:3 Taiwan flag. You know, you don't have to go and have a big one printed like I did with "What's the plan, Jeff" written all over it, and rock up outside Molineux on a Monday afternoon and hold it outside the Billy Wright stand, and you know, when there's no game and stuff like that, and smuggle it in and out of grounds. And but what we did need, we needed a bigger presence, and the old goal pack.
Yes.
Kieran New, who's an absolutely fucking brilliant bloke, by the way. But he's got a brain.
Shout out to Newey.
Yeah, he has got a brain, which is unlike me. I've got a little bit more sort of militant sort of thought process and fly off the handle. Well, when you're doing protests and whatever, you have to have people who are running it, a brain that can calm you down and go, hey, we've got to do this the right way to get maximum exposure. We've got to do this the right way. Knew he got on board. Ryan Lester, all the other fan channels, 77, Always Wolves, they all came and reported this big protest. Talking Wolves, everybody, Fancast, everyone. And there's people within them podcasts that aren't as militant as me. There's a couple that are as militant as me. Well, I don't mind naming them, like a little Dan on the Fancast. He's got exactly the same thought process as me. He's not very still, and we openly said we want to see change, and we want to see. We will keep protesting unless you show us that you're going to listen to us, and we can voice our concerns to you. But it worked, as you said, it worked, and I didn't think it'd work quite so quick, but it almost caught us on the op, where we had the protest. He does the Radio WM interview, and within days he's gone. That caught me on the op. Now that wasn't down to sitting on your arse reporting about things, just posting things, and that was about visual protest. And sometimes, like I've said, you've got to fight the fight for the greater good. And I was lucky enough, because it's not although I protested, and I was probably one of the first to do it. It's not my protest; it's our protest.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
I was lucky enough to have people that asked me to get involved in a visual protest, which I was more than happy to do. Within, it was only announced 3 days before the protest, or 4 days before, and 4,000 people rocked up. You just imagine, Dan, if we'd have had 2 weeks planning or something like that, we could really, really put the brakes on everything.
Yeah.
But it was enough on a Monday night against one of the 3 biggest club sides in world football. And at that time, Wolves were playing Man United, huge club, massive worldwide exposure. And that at the time was the biggest game in the world on a Monday night, with Sky Sports there. And they covered it.
That's what did it.
And that is what done it.
Yeah.
And you got to take your hat off to Kieran New and the old goal pack, because without them, I would have just been on Twitter saying, anybody fancy rocking up outside the Billy Wright?
Yeah.
I wouldn't have had the pull of what these guys have got. And don't forget either, they had a huge affiliation with the owners of this football club. Massive. So their gamble on openly protesting about people that have backed them in the past to do the flags and all that sort of stuff and the banners, they could have lost a lot, mate. A lot. But they jumped on board and they sorted the protest out. And I just want to praise them for it. They have been immense. Absolutely immense. I don't want anybody to think that protest is now swept under the carpet.
Right, that's it. That's where we're going to get to. Because now, people want to know. We've seen it. We've heard people talk about the meeting and everything. And I wasn't there, but Matt from the Wolfpack was there. And he sat next to you, Sutty. And I have heard a decent chunk of what happens, and I've seen the various people talking about it, and but a lot of people who I've talked to, Matt included, said that you stood up and you said your piece, and you had a lot of eyes on you and a lot of ears sort of listening in, and I'd like to see like to hear what kind of things you said in that little section.
Well, I can't. Somebody said it was about 10 minutes long. I don't know really, and it wasn't written down. I didn't write anything down. I think I was the only one in there that wasn't taking minutes. To be honest, you know, I don't run a podcaster.
Yeah.
I'm just a carpenter from Worcester. That I don't do computers. I don't do all that. I'm not a techie person. I watch every podcast. I love all the podcasts. But I just said my bit from 1978-79 season when I was a little lad, and I got took to Molineux, and on a Saturday afternoon, and I fell in love with Wolves that day. And that wasn't the first football. I never said this bit though. That wasn't the first ground I ever went into as a little lad. The first ground I ever went into was Villa Park. And I couldn't get there because my parents never had a car. I was taken there by a friend of the family, and I was only a little boy, and I stood in the old end, and I thought, everything seems bigger as a little boy, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But I couldn't get to a football match. And then my best friend's dad was a big Wolves supporter and ran the local kids football team, and asked my parents if I wanted to go to Wolves. And as soon as I walked into Molineux, I fell in love with the place. And I've never not been in love with that football ground. And it's been a shithole over the years. An absolute tip. It's better now than it's ever been, really, but it's been a shit tip. And when I first went there, it was a shit tip because all grounds were a shit tip then. But 78-79 was my first game. I've seen some real dark times. As I told Nathan Shea, I looked him in the eye. And let me tell you, he locked eyes on me when I was speaking. I never moved my eyes from his. And he locked eyes on me. He's an intelligent bloke, this bloke. And I'm not going to openly knock him because I don't know him and I don't know what he can do. But I told him, out of 48 years, the best 3 years that I have ever had at my football club for believing we could go on and do something. You know, early 80s winning the League Cup was fantastic and that, but footballers weren't superstars then. The 3 years under Nuno, championship winning, 2 7th places, getting into Europe, FA Cup semi-final. Me personally, I'm thinking, we've made it. We're going to crack this top 6. And then the fucking wheels come off. And I just told him. And I said, you know, you've such massive PR own goals. You priced loyal supporters out of this football club who've been going decades. And you've put such a price tag on some of these tickets, and just single day tickets. This is fucking Wolverhampton. It's one of the most deprived areas in the country, let alone in the Midlands. And you've costed them out of going to their beloved ground. And it was heartbreaking to see. And I was fuming, absolutely furious that people were messaging me saying, I've been at this club for 55 years and I can't do it anymore. I just can't afford it. This is one rise too many. And he didn't give a flying fuck for them. He didn't like what he deemed we were legacy supporters. And this is what I was trying to put over to Nathan Shea. And for 10 minutes, I don't think he blinked 5 times in 10 minutes. He just locked eyes on me and he listened to me. And all the other people, I dare say, as well. And it was a really emotive and emotional kind of meeting. It wasn't it wasn't aggressive in any way, but everybody from every single one of those fan channels put their points of view over. And actions, I said to him, your words sound fantastic. All of you, there was 5 of them sat there. I said, all of you, your words and your plans sound fantastic. I said, but the trust has been decimated in this football club. And until you start showing us with actions, we will not trust you. And our biggest weapon is protest. It's the only weapon we've got. But mark my words, if you lie to us, and you're lying to us now, if you think that the 4,000 that was outside for the Man United game was enough to topple one chairman, well, get ready, because we can rally the troops and more than ever before, and we will, because it's our only weapon, and we'll use it at the drop of a hat. And that is basically, it went on longer than that. That's the basic things I said to him. It wasn't scripted, it wasn't written down. It was from the art. And I think, well, I'm pretty sure he took it on board.
Fair enough, man. A lot of people are saying, not so much in our chat at the moment, but you know, I'm not blind and I'm not deaf, and I can see and I can hear. A lot of people were, I don't know, kind of on the fence about it all, and some people kind of took that to heart, really. You know, the whole, well, you know, well, you went in there. What do we? How do we know this? How do we know that? And you can completely understand people's anger, because the season has been absolutely shit. And if they think that we're going in there, right, anything but Wolves fans, and think, then honestly, guys, I can say it now. I can absolutely say it now. Everything Matt told me, he said to me, everyone in there said what they needed to say. They didn't hold back. And sometimes they didn't hold back either. And it was it was to and fro, wasn't it, Sutty?
Yep.
There was no fucking hand holding. Or, you know, if you say, you know, if you don't say this, you don't say that. None of it was scripted. Everyone could go in with whatever they wanted to say. It was all on the table. And we've left as well, this is a surprise to me. This is a surprise to me, because I've worked with PR teams in the past on different things. And a PR team will say, especially in a meeting like that, they'll give everybody a fuckload of NDAs. Loads. They'll fill your pockets with fucking NDAs, right? And they'll go, you can't say anything about this. You can't say anything about this. You can't say. Matt came out, and I said to Matt, I went, look, I don't want you to get into trouble, but can we do a video, and can you tell me everything? And lo and behold, nothing was NDA'd. So you could say about anything that happened, or anything that was said in that meeting. And that, for me, just shows the difference between Jeff Shee, who NDA'd fucking everything, right? Went in there consistently and said, right, you can ask me all of these things, right? And you're going to have to edit stuff out as well. Now, I don't know that for a fact, but it's strange how we've never, ever been able to genuinely talk to Jeff Shee when all of us in the Fan Alliance, whatever you want to call it, we've all asked several times, Jeff, look, talk to us. We take our time out, you know. We take our time out. We love this club. We bring everybody the news. We promote your club to fuckery. Just come and talk to us. Give us communication. And there was nothing at all for fucking ages. All right. The first thing Nathan Shee does, we need to talk to people. We need to talk to people who you know, who's got all their eyes on them. And 9 times out of 10, the people with the most eyes on them, and it's no fault of our own, are the people that go on YouTube. And that could be anyone in this chat right now. It could be anyone.
The easiest thing in the world to do, though, Dan, is when things are going really well, is to talk to people. Well, look at me, I'm great. Fucking great this is.
Yeah.
The proof in the pudding is when things are going shit and they say, "Can we have a chat to you to explain?" That is the proof that's in the pudding. When they ask to speak and things are so bad, because let's be honest, this is a fucking shit show.
Yeah.
An absolute shit show. There's no buttering this up. And people saying, "Oh, you know, I'll support them no matter what division we're in." I've been in the 4th fucking division with this club with fucking 2,000 people in Molineux on a match day. Right. Take it from me. You will not fucking go if we plummeted like that again.
No.
Because only the daft old bastards like me would be there throwing snowballs at each other on the fucking South Bank. Because there's fucking nobody on there. It's just, you would not back them. You've got to think and have the thought process to see what it means. And it fucking makes me laugh when I hear people say, "Oh, you know, the dark days of League One." Fucking dark days. They weren't dark days. They weren't fucking dark days, let me tell you. They were fucking glorious days because we had a fucking great laugh in League One. Had a great laugh in the 4th division in the fucking mid-80s, mid to late 80s. It was looking brilliant because I was a lot younger then as well. But look, steps have been made and there's a small chink of light here.
Yeah.
Do not think I've taken my eye off them because I fucking haven't.
No.
I'm not dazzled by meeting the chairman. I couldn't give a fuck who it is really, as long as they run my club, the club that I love, properly. I do not care a fuck for any of them. Lie to me once, you're stupid. You lie to me twice, then I'm fucking stupid. And you won't fucking do it again about my football club, okay? Because I'll hold you to account, and I am holding them to account now. I'm watching them like a fucking hawk. That flag can come out at any point, mate.
Yeah.
Any fucking point. And don't forget as well that when them flags came out, I was getting messages from the Taiwanese press who wanted to run a story on it, because this is fucking great in Taiwan, don't forget. They fucking hate the Chinese. So us, all of a sudden, wolves are the fucking mutts nuts in Taiwan.
Yeah. It's true, yeah.
And like I said to him, "I'm glad that you like us, but please don't buy any merchandise off them." That was part of my thing. Don't promise me you're not buying any merchandise.
Yeah.
But, you know, they mentioned me, they mentioned Harry Mansell. You know, you might not be as militant as me. I know I'm militant because I'll hold them to account. I'll hold anybody to account if I deem that your behaviour is not what I think is acceptable. I'll fucking tell you. I couldn't give a fuck. If your behaviour is not as good as mine, then you'll get a rant. And they got not a rant, but off everybody that was there, they were told. It wasn't Fine Bone China and Victoria Sponge. Let me tell you that now. It was a paper cup of tea and home truths. And it lasted 3 hours. And what I will give them credit for is not once did they rush us out of there. And
which Jeff did, by the way.
They answered every single question, even down to, "Can you bring the liquidator back?" Which I can see the liquidator coming back. I'm not promising, but I've got a funny feeling that they realise that that is such a tap-in and an easy win to get people on board. I reckon they'll do it.
I hope so.
We asked them everything to season ticket prices, which they wouldn't. Obviously, they can't say anything about next season because this season ain't over yet. But they're not stupid. They're already looking at it. And they'll benchmark us against the relevant size clubs in that division. So they are listening. And they've had to listen because before you know it, 4,000 can turn to fucking 24,000. And that would be a bad look. So they've got to listen. They've ditched the dictator. We've got a new man in now who's completely different and openly said to us some of the things that he did, what I'm looking at now in my office, are incredible. some of the mistakes he's made. So he realises as well now that he's got a right shit show to tidy up and make good again. So, but look, nobody wants to go down, Dan. No one. But maybe it's just for the greater good, mate, unfortunately, because winning games again would be a nice feeling.
This is a good point, isn't it? Like, if we had picked up some form, you know, Rob came in, won a fuckload of games, like Vitor did, like Gary O'Neill did, Jeff would still be here now.
Yeah. Oh, would you?
So, in a roundabout way, I really have hated this season. I have cut up my fucking season ticket, and I haven't gone to a single game since, because I don't want to keep filling the pockets of these fucking bastards. I don't want to keep doing it, and that's
I know the relevance of that season ticket to you.
Well, exactly.
That's huge.
So it's just a really, really fucking horrible thing, you know, where we've landed in this season. But at the same time, it had to happen for that guy to get the fuck out of my club. Because let's talk about it a little bit more, so just a tiny bit more. Jeff Shee didn't care about football. He cared about our brand, and he has taken our brand and put it on a fucking esports shirt next to West Bromwich Albion Building Society and Sandwell fucking College. That's how much he cares about our fucking football club, right? Then he's paraded it around China. He's fucking said over and over again that it's for the greater good of the club, that we're going to get this, that and the other. Now we find out none of it's making any money for Wolves, and they still have our fucking brand, because Jeff Shee is still in charge of Fosun Sports. But the problem and the thing that we need to establish here is that he's got no affiliation with Wolverhampton Wanderers. So what he'll end up doing now is he'll take the Sudo brand after 2 years, because we've got it for another 2 years, unfortunately. He'll take that and he'll offer that to other clubs. And he'll take fucking esports, right, when he loses our fucking badge, and he'll just keep doing it, because he's a fucking vulture. He's a vulture, and he doesn't care about football. And Nathan Shee, I don't know him yet, but in one fucking action, he's done everything that we needed to happen. He opened up contact. And he did it for the right reasons, not to fucking stop us from protesting, because we can do that whenever we want. Why do people keep saying that protests are stopping? They're on hold because we've got what we want. What we wanted was Jeff Shee out. That was the first step. And the second step was communication and to find out where this club is going. And we've got both of those things. Why the fuck now, after getting those things, would we go to, you know, the next stadium and kick up a fuss on protest again? Now, it will happen should the things that they've said don't come into fruition, or we start to see the same shitty pattern that Jeff Shee did. If we start seeing those things, then we are not going to stop. But we've got what we wanted for the first 2 stages, and if we need to do it again, we can do it whenever the fuck we want. And any of you in the chat, you can do it now. You do a YouTube channel and fucking do it then. But you've got to understand, communication was very, very important. Very important for me, especially. And I ain't going to renew my fucking season ticket. I need to see what's going on. Are we on this fucking consistent roundabout? Because if we're not, then it's okay.
Dan, Wolves over the last 5 years has almost been run like a lost leader. So in a shop, if you go in a shop and you think, fucking hell, that 4-pack of Mars bars £1, that's cheap. That's to get you in through the door, to get spending on other things. They'll make more money out of you through other ways. Now, we were a lost leader to advertising, basically.
Yeah.
Worldwide advertising. Said this for years. Okay, yeah, They haven't taken money out of the club. If you look at the books, there's no money being taken out of this football club. They've bankrolled us for something like, I think they've made over the last few years. I think I've read a report about they've lost 130 odd million, which, you know, it's pretty unbelievable to some people. But if you look at the books, that's what it says. But in 10 years, they've had hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of millions of pounds worth of free advertising through the Premier League and Wolverhampton Wanderers worldwide. So they haven't actually lost. They've used Wolves as an advertising cash cow. And that is what it is. Wolves' emblem, Wolverhampton Wanderers emblem, doesn't need the name on it. Doesn't need any writing around it, because if anybody in the world knows about the Premier League or football in general, and bearing in mind the Premier League has got 1 billion people that watch it, that emblem that you've just showed there, no matter how shit we become, they'll say that's Wolves.
Yeah, exactly that. And
that's how well that badge is known. Now, I said to Nathan Shee the other night, I said, from 1955 to 1960, we were the greatest club side in world football. Fact. I said we were better and bigger than Real Madrid. Fact. It's facts, mate. No, that is written in history. I said, not only that, we're a founder member club. We are one of the most important club sides in world football.
Unique colour as well, by the way.
Everything is pioneering, basically.
Yeah.
Realise the product you've got and fucking respect it. Don't take the piss out of us, because we are part of the product of this football club. We can't just fucking walk away and go and support someone else. It ain't like that.
No.
It just ain't like that, mate.
No.
We can't do it.
No.
Even you now, you don't go to the games because you're protesting. You're doing a personal protest. And fucking fair play to you for doing it. You're doing something that I would really struggle to do. But the first thing you would do, if you weren't watching it on telly, the first thing you'd do at 4:45 on a Saturday afternoon, if we kicked off at 3, you'd want to know the fucking score or how Wolves got on. You wouldn't give a flying fuck how the Villa had got on.
No.
Or Man United or Liverpool, because they're nothing to you. You can't change a football club. Simple as that.
I agree. Right. Anything else you want to add about Fosun, about the meeting, anything like that? Because the floor is yours, Sutty. Anything else you want to personally add while I sort out these questions?
Well, I think we've now got to go into a stage now. Please, people, don't think that protest is off the table and chucked in the bin. It's not. As I said before, it's our only weapon. It's all we've got, and we will use it and rally it whenever we deem fit. We've got the people in charge of protesting, i.e. Old Gold Pack, all the other podcasts that will rally the troops as and when needed.
Of course we will.
Of course we will. And this is going to sound fucking terrible because I haven't trusted the process for a long time. But you've got to trust the process with the protesters. When we deem it fit, if we have to do it, we'll fucking do it. And I've said to people before, if you want something put in that fucking South Bank, I'll hold the fucker up.
Yeah.
I will hold it up.
Yeah.
If the bloke next to me don't want to hold it up, that's fine. I'm not going to force anybody to do anything. But if we deem that it needs doing, we've done it. We've got these flags and these fucking 18-foot banners in. We've done it. So don't think that we've gone soft, because we ain't. It's just that what we're doing, we're now trying to do it and form dialogue with them. And we can hold them to account now. We couldn't hold anyone to account before.
Right. It's time, Sutty. I thought it'd be quite fun to get nearer to the end of the podcast. We're going to talk about Chelsea preview in just a second, but I thought We're going to do this every single Thursday. And every now and then I'm going to challenge Sutty to a few things. This time it's a bit of trivia about Wolves. There's an easy round, a medium round, a hard round, and a brutal round. Now I'm looking at the brutal questions, and I reckon you're going to get these. To be fair,
I doubt it.
But
I can't remember what happened yesterday.
You're starting on 0 points. That's under your name now. Now see how many you can get right. Okay. Now there are. Let's see. There are 20 questions in total.
Jesus Christ.
There's only 5 per round. We're going to speed through it, don't worry. How many, in the chat now, tell me, how many is Sutty going to get correct? How many is Sutty going to get correct? Well, and we'll wait and see how many people think you're going to get 20. I reckon you will, to be fair. I've got a feeling. So, yes. Are you ready, Sutty?
Well, you stitch me like a fucking kipper here.
Need some tense music. Hang on 2 seconds. Watch this. Watch this. Challenge Sutty. There we go. There it is. Right. Okay. Nice and easy first round. Here we go. Sutty, what year were Wolverhampton Wanderers founded?
1877.
That is the correct answer. Off for a good start. Well done. The next question for Sutty. What is Wolves' home stadium called?
Molineux.
Bang on the money. What colour do Wolves traditionally play in?
Old gold.
Very good. Who was the manager during the 2017-2018 promotion season?
Nuno Espirito Santo.
Well done. What animal appears on the Wolves badge?
A wolf's head.
Well done. Fast 5 out of 5 so far. We're moving into the medium round. I told you they were easy. It's just a bit of fun. Don't worry. All right. Who is Wolves' all-time goal scorer?
Stephen George Bull.
Well done. Even got the middle name. Bloody hell. What year did Wolves last win the FA Cup?
1959-60.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah, I think it's right, isn't it?
It is the correct answer. Well done. Doing my best Chris Tarrant impression here. Who captained Wolves during their return to the Premier League in 2018?
Connor Cody.
Well done. He's doing well. Which club did Wolves beat in the 2019 FA Cup semi-final?
Beat in the semi-final.
Well, play.
Oh, Watford.
There it is. Wishful
They lost to them, mate.
Wishful thinking, that one.
Yeah, I'm thinking, shit, I never went to that game because we lost.
And the final question for the medium round is, what stand at Molineux is named after a Wolves legend?
Steve Bull.
10 out of 10 so far. Bloody hell. We're in the hard round. Wolves were founding members of which competition in 1955?
Founding members?
I'll repeat the question. Wolves were founding members of which competition in 1955?
European Floodlit League.
Well done. Who scored Wolves' first ever Premier League goal? Ooh, tricky one.
Premier League goal. Oh, I should know this.
Oh, we've got him. We've got him.
Kenny Miller.
Kenny Miller. He goes for Kenny Miller. Anyone else? Kenny Miller.
It's going to be somebody like Naylor or someone like that. I can't remember now.
Unfortunately, that is the wrong answer.
Who was it?
It was Robbie Keane.
Robbie Keane.
Robbie Keane was the first. You're still doing really well. Still
Told you
doing
I
really
couldn't
well.
remember what happened yesterday.
He's still
Let
doing
alone-
really well. Okay. Which player famously scored against Man United at Old Trafford in 2020?
We drew that game, didn't we? 2020.
At Old Trafford.
Probably Jean Martinho.
Jairzinho. Famously scored against Man United at Old Trafford in 2020. Going for Jairzinho?
He's trying to stitch me up. I think. At Old Trafford.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going for Jean Martinho.
According to this, and I don't know if this is the correct answer, I'll have to double check after, but according to this, it's Raul Jimenez. According to this. But I think you're right. I think it is Jean Martinho, so I'm going to give you a point.
I'm sure it's Jean Martinho.
But I will double check that. But I'm pretty sure it is Jean Martinho. I'm pretty sure he scored in that white strip, didn't he?
Yeah.
What European competition did Wolves reach the quarter-finals of in the 2020?
The Europa League.
Indeed, we did. Who was the manager when Wolves were relegated from the Premier League in 2012?
It was Mad Mick.
It was indeed. Well done. Good job. You only got a one wrong so far. Doing really well. Final round. Brutal round. Hold on to your hats. Name 3 Wolves league titles won in the 1950s.
What years?
The years.
55, 56.
Yeah.
57, 58.
Yeah.
That's 1 or 2 here now. The Spurs did the double in 60, 61. So I'm going to go 59, 60.
Correct. Well done. That was a tricky one, that was, to be fair. That one had me on my toes.
Getting the 2 numbers right.
That one had me on my toes. Well, to be fair, I've got a few dates written down because, like you said, it's the season starts and ends in different dates, doesn't it? So, but yeah, that's fine. That's good. Who did Wolves play in the famous floodlit friendly that helped inspire the European Cup?
On bed.
Good job. Which Wolves player missed the penalty in the 1995 playoff semi-final versus Bolton?
Oh.
Versus Bolton in 1995, and it's a playoff semi-final.
I should know this. Oh, fuck. It wasn't you and Roberts, was it?
Is that your answer?
Yeah.
It wasn't. It was Andy Much.
What?
Andy Much.
Bollocks.
Fair play, though. Fair play. Who was chairman during the Batty Brothers era? Kind of obvious, that one, to be fair.
Duke was a chairman then.
Yeah.
Really?
And then, let me give you a point for that as well. And then the final question. It's a bit of a subjective one, so I'll take you probably will be able to get this, to be fair. Name one player signed in the last 5 years that sums up the Fosun decline.
Oh, fuck me.
You'll never get it. You'll never get this one.
Oh, God.
Not a chance.
In the last 5 years?
Yeah.
So it could be anybody, really.
Well, can it?
Last 5 years? Well, you got to be looking at the likes of Silva, Catroni. I could reel a load off.
Yeah.
wasting fucking money off. Have you got a specific player written down?
I've got Fabio Silva,
Yeah.
Gonzalo Guedes, Sasha Kalajdzic because he got injured about 50 times.
Nunes.
And then just because I'm salty as fuck, Strand Larson.
Yeah.
There you go.
Mate, you could have had a shitload of fucking hell.
Well, I ran out of room, so... And people are saying Andy Much wasn't at the club in 1995, so if you want to blame anybody, blame AI. Okay?
I didn't think Andy Much was there then. I think it thought he got a long time before.
Don't you worry. I'll do some little bits of research and we'll update the points as we go. Because to be fair, it's just easy just to use ChatGPT. But the problem is with it, sometimes it talks a load of bollocks. So I'll find out whether they're actually correct or not. But it was a bit of fun to get near to the end of the podcast. So yeah, Sutty, out of a possible 20, you have 17, and that will be your score rolling over for next week.
What you got to remember is I'm 56 this year, and the old grey matter's getting worse and worse. The further away from these dates, it's hard, mate.
Oh, yeah. Mate, I'd be fucking useless, so as long as he's challenged Sutty and not challenged Dan, we're all right. Very, very good. Love that, guys. Brilliant stuff. That was... Challenge Sutty. Beautiful. Right. Now, unfortunately, Wolves are playing again. Because we've lost the last couple of games. In shitty fashion, to be fair, Sutty. We've looked pretty crap at times. A little bit disjointed. Little bit concerned, really, but we've made a few signings, and we're up against Chelsea, who in the past we've done pretty well against. Really, we've had some good wins against Chelsea. My question to you, Sutty,
No.
is no. You didn't even know the question.
No, we're not going to win.
I was going to ask you, what is your opinion? What do you think the score line will be at the end of full time?
I think I've got a funny feeling we'll score.
Yep.
I think it'll be 3-1 at a minimum.
Yeah. 3-1.
Yeah.
Who's scoring for Wolves?
Who's scoring for us this year? I'll go for young Mane.
Mane. He was unlucky, actually, last week, to be fair. All right, cool. I'm going to go 2-1 to Chelsea. I reckon we'll score first. And then they'll score, and then we'll just fall out our arse like we always do. And I've got a feeling, just a sneaky suspicion, I reckon Tolu will score.
I hope so, because I actually thought he played all right last week, holding the ball up, bringing players into play. Look, he could have had a hat-trick.
Yeah.
Week. And he knows.
Yeah.
He knows he could have had a hat-trick.
Yeah.
And it happens sometimes. I've seen people on social media say he's fucking shit and all that. He's not shit. He's a far superior player to Strand Larson, I can tell you that. Because he puts himself about a bit and centre half can't stand playing against him.
Well, Sutty, he can jump.
Yeah. He can jump and hold it up.
Whereas Strand Larson, I'm concerned that he doesn't really know how gravity works, to be honest, because he seems stuck on the fucking floor, doesn't he? Anyway, I think it's going to 2-1. Neto will probably score. Let's be fucking honest. He's gonna score. He'll probably celebrate like he's never celebrated before in his life. Do you think we'll see any new signings?
I think they'll be introduced. Yeah, I'm not sure we'll start with them. Hey, I'd love them to start. They should be able to start, shouldn't they? They're both fit. So, the trouble I think we've got is you've got Andre. He'll play Andre and Gomez in the centre because he'll be frightened to death of not being defensively capable enough. But the trouble with that is they haven't really been on song defensively, and there's absolutely fuck all creativity between the two of them. So, you know, if they're on their defensive game, you'll gain from that. But we'll just be penned in our own half because there's no out ball to him. And Tola will look shit because he's not getting service. And they just keep getting pinged in. And you know what happens then. They'll score. And like you've just said, our arse will fall out of our pants.
Yeah. A lot of people talking about it. 2-1 says Martin. 1-1 says Aaron. He says Hugo Bueno will score. Interesting. That'd be good. You know what? He's due a goal. To be fair, he is. He's due a goal. I'm telling you.
I'll take that all day long.
Will Krejci be back? I mean, I can't say too much, but from what I've heard, he had a bit of flu and he's all right now. But who fucking knows? Because I got told the once that and I got in trouble for this, Sutty. I don't know if you know this, but I got in trouble the once because Sarr said he had the flu and he didn't. He just couldn't be asked to play that one game because it was one of the last games of the season and he wanted to go out partying. And I said that online and got in loads of trouble. So Krejci, I mean, he might not even be poorly, but so if we're saying that, maybe he's on the lash. Who knows? Yeah. 3-2 says Carl. And also, Carl, I did see your comment earlier about giving me questions for Sutty. And you know what? I like that. Because if I've got to rely on AI all the time. Carl...
is it?
Yeah, I think it is, you know. I can't read. Yeah, Carl Whitehouse.
Tell Carl to fuck off, no chance. You ask the questions. He's like an encyclopedia.
Well,
I'll be getting asked what Billy Wright's inside leg measurement was and stuff like that.
Sutty, as a wise man once said, it's my show and I'll say what I want. So there you go. Anyway, so we're getting nearer to that end of the show. And I just hope we start getting some performances, to be honest. Because we know we're going down. So it'd be nice to see the players that are going to stay grab some performances together. And who knows what can happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching episode 1 of the Two Grumpy Wolves. The next episode probably isn't going to be as jam-packed, really, because we had a lot to talk about today. Obviously wanted to get a lot off our chests, but we'll always do that because that's what it's all about, really. But I don't think the next one's going to be quite as long as this one. I think this one needed to be long because we needed to explain what it's all about so you get a little bit of an idea. And yeah, I've really enjoyed this, Sutty. How have you felt about it? All right, aside from the questions.
It's been good. You're allowed to swear. No banning orders or anything.
No.
Get involved in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
Ask us questions. Make for a better show, won't it?
Yeah, actually, before we go, has anyone got any questions for the panel, aka me and him?
Yeah.
Because if you've got a few questions, we'll take a couple of questions while we're shutting down.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've enjoyed that. That's been a lot of fun. Great show, says Neil. I didn't realise you was on. We'll be watching next time, Stephen. No problem at all. We'll be on Thursday, but this is going to be on demand, so you can watch it on the toilet if you want. Don't really matter. Do whatever you want. Thank you for not banning me. It says 1, 2, 3. I haven't banned you yet. Is my answer. No, I'm joking. I'm never ever going to ban anyone. To be honest, I couldn't.
You've got to do a lot wrong to get banned off here.
Yeah. To be fair,
don't be racist. Don't be homophobic or anything like that.
Yeah, just don't be hateful. But you can say whatever the fuck you want about Wolverhampton Wanderers because I couldn't give a shit. Say whatever you want. Say whatever you want.
Yeah, if you don't like us, that's fine. Say it. We ain't bothered. We're big boys. We don't care.
Someone says signings. So I'm assuming you want us to know. You want to get our opinion of signings. I think Gomez is a good shout. someone who is hungry for minutes, someone who's plays a little bit like Fer Lopez, to be fair, but I think Fer Lopez just wasn't suited to the English game, whereas I think Angel Gomez is a little bit more suited to it. So, I mean, the proof's in the pudding, what we see, but from doing my bit of homework for the video I did the other day with Matt, yeah, I think he looks a bit of a signing, to be fair. It's a good signing to get over the line, especially where Wolves find themselves at the moment. And then as for, I mean, he used to play for the Albion, so that doesn't help. But I think that's the only problem I've got with him, really, to be honest. The fact that he used to be, yeah, I mean, I think it's a good signing for next season.
That's it. They're planning for next season.
And
You've got to have players that are ready to go, Dan, for next season.
Yeah.
Do we look? We've gone full circle again. Like I say, we signed a player that gets regular goals in the Championship. That doesn't mean to say if we get promoted that they're not going to go out and do similar things as the last time we got promoted. So you've got to have the right players. And I'm not defending them, by the way, here. You've got to have the right players for that division, because it's fucking horrible.
Oh, yeah.
4-6 games, Saturday, Tuesday.
Back to back, all the fucking time.
And then you got cup games thrown in as well. And you've got to hit the ground running in that division. Unfortunately, you have.
Yeah. Yeah, you could win 3 games in a row, lose 1, and you're still fucked.
Yeah. You've got to be consistent in that league. When we won it this time, we didn't lose 2 on the bounce, I don't think.
No. And when we did lose, it looked like their players gave a shit enough for the next game for us to get behind them to do well again.
When we lost last time, we then went on a run where we'd win 5 or 6.
Yeah.
So you were always... I don't think we came off the top spot when we got there, did we?
Some funny questions here. Do you reckon Arias will be sold? I absolutely do reckon Arias will be sold. Yeah. He's pretty much already out the door. What was the other one I saw just? That was funny. Oh, yeah. Does Sutty like watching any other team apart from Wolves?
If I went to watch a game, no. I've got a little bit of a soft spot for Bristol Rovers.
Okay.
The Gas.
Interesting.
They're, it's only an hour from me in Worcester. My hometown team, Droitwich Spa, the Saltmen, who are in the Hellenic Premier League. Sometimes pop down there and watch a midweek game. But I do try and go and watch the odd game at Bristol Rovers. They're doing a bit of shit at the moment because it's a proper football club and it's got some right lads down there.
Yeah.
My kind of place, that is.
Nice. I like watching... I like going to watch Starbridge sometimes, but they're absolutely dog shite most of the time, and that's quite fun.
I'm a big affinity with Rangers as well, Dan.
Oh, no way. Bloody hell. There you go. That's good. I didn't think you were going to answer that to anything but Wolves, to be fair, but there it is.
Rangers and Wolves are the main ones. But if Wolves weren't playing and Bristol Rovers was at home, I'd go and watch Rovers.
Yeah. Oh, fair play. Fair play. Someone said a funny one here, and I find this quite funny, to be fair. Someone put, for both of you, what's your favourite Wolves YouTube channel? My favourite Wolves YouTube channel. And I've got a few, actually, for different reasons, and that's going to be my answer, I think. I think some are really informative. Some have got, like, a lot of heart to them. Some a bit of both. And then I think, like, I like some that are really, like, stat-driven. Do you know what I mean? Like, really, like, telling you loads of fucking things and informative. So I like all of them for different reasons. And especially the podcasts, because I feel like you get so many different people talking, and some people have got a completely different opinion to other people. So I do find that fascinating sometimes. But if you've got to absolutely like drill me for one, probably Talking Wolves, because I started on Talking Wolves as a fan person, but hilariously, and I think I told you this, Sutty, I had to stop doing it because Dave was like, you need to keep your shit to 3 minutes, and famously I can't do that. I fucking can't. I mean, you've looked at my stuff. I'm on it for like fucking 30 minutes or whatever. So, but yeah, I do like Talking Wolves. I think some good honest people on there, and so yeah, I'll trouble Sutty for the answer while I look at the chat.
Well, I've been on all of them. I'm a bit of a podcast
Slag.
stuff. Yeah, right, slag. They're all different, aren't they?
Yeah.
If you look at them all, some are, sort of nice, friendly chats, and some you can really go to town and say whatever you like. I know them all, don't I? So to have a favourite is really, really difficult. So I'm not going to pick a favourite.
It's a tricky question. That's a hot seat question.
I obviously, the first ever one I went on was Always Wolves with Dave. So, I suppose a lot of people got to know my dulcet tones on Always Wolves.
I did, mate.
And he gave me a platform to speak and vent my anger to a certain degree. But so have the 77 lads, brilliant lads, Fancast. There's people on the Fancast who are a bit more militant like me. Been on the Fancast. I've been on them all because to me, going on a podcast is like, it's like going to the pub talking to your mates about Wolves, and then you say, "Come on, we'll go next door to the pub next door," and you go to a different pub.
Then you get different people.
I don't really take it that serious.
No.
It's not. I don't make any money out of it. I just like to talk about Wolves.
No.
Anything I know what to talk about, really, other than my job.
Yeah.
I wouldn't talk about my family in public because that's private. But Wolves is an open book to me. I say what I want on any channel, and if you don't align with my views, that's fine. I don't really care, to be honest.
That's why we love you. That's why we love you, mate. Wolves Report is very underrated. That's true, actually. I really like the Wolves Report. They're good lads on there.
A knocky.
Sutty, do you think we will beat Derby's record? That's going to be our last question, guys, because I'm going to have to go.
I didn't to start a few weeks ago. I didn't, but I think we'll just get in the low teens. That doesn't mean to say we're much better than them because we've been fucking dreadful.
But we've been worse than them in a way. Do you know what I mean?
The money we've spent, Derby didn't spend any money, did they?
No.
I know it's different times, but if you put it, if you do the sort of pro rata of each, we've been fucking terrible. It's been such a poor season for spending 100 million quid. Not acceptable.
Right then. We're going to call it there. Thanks very much for watching, guys. This is going to be available on all platforms. I'm going to get it over onto Spotify at some point as well, but that always takes the piss to set up, but I will get it there. But this has been episode 1. Hope you guys have enjoyed the Two Grumpy Wolves podcast with me and Sutty, and we'll be back Thursday, where we talk about the Chelsea win, where wishful thinking. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, guys. Make sure you're doing the things like liking the video, subscribing to the channel if you're new, hitting that notification bell so you don't miss future videos, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Until then, see you later.